I think inside every man, we constantly ask ourselves two questions. Am I good enough? Do I have what it takes? And I think everything that I was doing was being passed through that filter. Am I good enough? No. Do I have what it takes? No. And while I was well aware of the wife that loved me and the kids that depended on me, I was falling to pieces. And it came out one day in the form of what can only be described as a mental breakdown. It's a very unfamiliar place as a 16-stone northern lad to be lying on the floor in a fetal ball in tears. And that was the beginning for me of a long and painful but beautiful journey. Sometimes we don't know the journey ahead. Maybe the path starts off nice and turns out rugged. Maybe we lose sight of the path and we stray. Every 2 hours in the UK, a man commits suicide. In the UK, every 2 hours. That's 84 men a week. And that was before any of this COVID lockdown. That breaks my heart every time I hear that stat or read something on the news. I can see how a man can get to that point of wanting to commit suicide. I was never there, but I can see how, if they can't open up, if they're not vulnerable, they've got no coping mechanisms, no good people in their life to help them, I can see how that would happen. I remember sitting with my wife and trying to say how I felt. And I remember having to force out the words, I feel like. And I remember having to force them out. It was the strangest thing, but it was something that was very unfamiliar to me. Before you start talking about emotions, you have all these thoughts in your mind that I'm going to be less of a man, that my masculinity is going to take a hit, that this person's going to think less of me. When actually it's completely the opposite. It's okay to be open. The biggest and strongest and machoist of men that I know can talk about how they feel. Doesn't make them wet or soft. It makes them a good man. It makes them a good husband. It makes them a good father. It makes them a good friend. It makes them a good guy. It doesn't matter how far off the path that you have strayed, you can get back on it again. It may take work. It might take blood, sweat and tears, but you can get back on that path again. You can be the man that you were called to be, that you want to be. So while that was, without doubt, the most painful time of my life, I'm really glad it happened. As humans, we are designed to connect. We're designed for a relationship. We're designed to be in that partnership. Yes, with a loved one, but yes, with friends, with community, with fellowship. Life is much better shoulder to shoulder. So if you have those people in your world, then great. If you don't, go and find them. And maybe you could text some people or call some people and just check in on them, see how they're doing. Check in on your brothers. Because life is meant to be in connection.